Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining me. I'm live on Facebook and I'm also live on YouTube. So if you miss part of this video, you can definitely go back and you can watch it again. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on Facebook. It'll stay there forever, so no worries. But I just wanted to thank each and every one of you for joining me. And today we're going to talk about 10 things you must do to make it in this business. Y'all, I don't know how many agents I have talked to that are like, Jackie, I've been in the business for a year. I just got a message this morning, Jackie, I've been in the business for 2 years. I'm frustrated. It's not happening for me. Or I've been in for 6 weeks. I'm frustrated. It's not happening for me. And so I find myself having the same conversations over and over. And so I thought today I would just share with you, what are those 10 things that you must do to be successful in the business? And, a lot of us are feeling like we're fighting an uphill battle, right? Where you've heard everybody say, well, you've got to plant all these seeds and you've got to water these seeds. And if you keep watering them, they're going to grow, right? Well, as new agents, some of us are feeling like our seed is planted in sand. And when we're watering that seed and watering that seed and watering that seed, it's not growing because that water is just going right through, right? So what are these 10 things that you can do? So get out your notebook paper. If you're old school, get out your notes. If you have an iPad, and take some notes on these 10 things. So this is kind of what this is going to look like. The first 4 things are going to be a mindset shift and is going to focus on mindset. The next few are going to focus on being in sales and what actions that you actually need to take in your business. And then we're going to wrap up again between 8, 9, and 10 with some factual information and some resources that can help you along the way. Okay. So that's what we're going to cover today. Are those 10 things. And again, this is for agents that maybe you're newer in the business, less than 5 years or less than 4 years, and you're struggling. Maybe you've been in for 2 months, 6 weeks, 6 months. It doesn't really matter. This will help you really get the mindset that you need to survive, right? Because here's the deal. The NAR statistic says that after 2 years in the business, 88% leave. Let me repeat that. After 2 years in the business, 88% of agents leave the industry. They fail out, which means that 12% remain. And after 17 years in the business, and coaching since 2017, I coach top agents all over the country. I've mentored and coached new agents as they come into the business, get them straight on what to do and how to think. It's really not about what you do, it's how you think. 90% of it is mindset. So we're going to cover the mindset piece first. So let's get rolling into number 1. The first part of the mindset shift is you have to be driven to overcome the odds, and you have to be an entrepreneur and treat this like a business, right? So the first thing is be an entrepreneur and treat this like a business, right? So what I want you to imagine is that you have a storefront, right? You've invested in a storefront, and inside your store, it's empty. There's no products on the shelf. There's nothing there. You just bought a storefront, but your rent is due each month. Like, you need to make money, but there's nothing in your store, right? Well, in real estate, your product is you, right? It's not that you're selling houses, right? So it's your negotiation skills. It's your confidence. It's your skill set. It's your advantage of people using you versus another agent in the industry. There's a lot of agents that are top agents and they're up on billboards and they're doing major, major marketing. How are you as a new agent differentiating yourself and being the best choice for people in real estate, right? So having that entrepreneurial mindset and being a business owner, right now you've got a storefront with nothing in it. Because honestly, saying that you're a realtor is like saying, I sell clothes. I have a store. I sell clothing. Because you know me and love me, can you just commit to buying like $200 worth of clothes because that's going to pay my mortgage because now I sell clothes? Well, are you selling men's athletic wear or are you selling women's formal dresses? People aren't going to just buy from you because they know you, okay? So realizing that that store right now is empty because you haven't shown anyone you as an agent, okay? So we're going to talk about that. So the first one is become driven and overcome the odds, okay? Become a driven entrepreneur and overcome the odds and be in the 12%. That's number one. Number two is you need to make a list of 100 people in your first 30 days. Gary Keller will tell you in his book, The Millionaire Real Estate Agent, the quickest and fastest way to an income is through people that you know. You are going to get into this industry and people are going to throw all sorts of stuff at you that are going to cost you money when the quickest, fastest way to a paycheck is through the people that you know. So here's my deal. Make a list of 100 your first 30 days. 150 by 90 days, 200 by 6 months, and 300 by 1 year. If I had to do it all over again 17 years ago, I would have got my personal database together as my very first priority. Number one, stay in the 12%, be an entrepreneur. Number two, make your list of 100 people immediately. Have that list of 100 people. Number three, be excited about you representing buyers and sellers in the market. Strut your stuff with confidence. Like, be confident. People aren't buying what you're selling. They're buying your confidence, right? Again, saying you're a realtor doesn't really tell them anything. It's boring. Hey, everybody, I'm a realtor. Yay, right? It's like putting out a black and white ad out there. I have a store with clothes. Stop by if you have time, right? So you really have to refine your message. And you really have to be excited like you are better than the agent on the billboard, right? You are able to sell in this market. You are able to represent buyers and represent sellers, right? You have to differentiate yourself. So there's a book that I just finished up reading. It's called The Miracle Mentality by Tim Storey. If you haven't read The Miracle Mentality by Tim Storey, it is a must read. It's amazing. So just really think about that. This industry is a miracle to us. We are in an industry where we have a very low overhead. We actually don't have to carry inventory because we are the product, right? And you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars. You can make 6 figures, 7 figures, right? If you work really hard at it. So again, number 3 is be excited about you being the best agent of choice, okay? So we're going to talk a little bit more about that towards the end, about how you do that, because we're getting into the mental mindset first, okay? Number 4 is now you have to show them your inventory, right? Well, your inventory is you, okay? It is not the houses that you sell. It is not the MLS. It is not your website. None of that is your product. Your product is you, okay? So now I have to show them my inventory, show them my skill sets. Again, I'm a realtor is like I sell clothes. It doesn't define what they're looking for, right? You don't want to just ask people to support your income, right? You want to define yourself as the agent of choice. So how are you going to show them your skill set, right? And show them that you are the best choice in real estate, not just for them, but their family and friends, right? Because when you look at those 100 people or 150 people, or even when you get up to 300 people, if they have 3 children at home and they love their house and they love their schools, you can't make them into sellers. But what you can do is have them refer you, believe in you, and trust you to their family and friends. How do you do that as a new agent? So we're going to talk about that. So those are the first four. Okay. So just to repeat, become driven and overcome the odds. We want you to stay in the 12%. Make your list of 100 that eventually goes to 300 by the end of your first year. Be excited internally about you representing buyers and sellers, and you strut your stuff with confidence. People aren't buying what you're selling, they're buying your confidence, right? And number 4, show them your inventory and show them your skill set, right? Just saying that I'm a realtor doesn't do anything. Reposting articles that you see online doesn't do anything unless you tell them your opinion about the article, right? So think about these things, okay? So this is all mindset. All right, number 5, we're gonna talk about the sales role next. But for right now, if you're watching this on YouTube, like it, subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. These will all be posted on there. If you'd like to make comments on StreamYard, go ahead and authorize StreamYard in Facebook, and then you can make comments and I can interact with you online. Okay, so number 5 is in your sales role. Now that you know that you are the product, how do you attract people to you? Because see, here's the thing. If you think houses are the product and you're going to attract people to houses and attract people to websites and attract people to other places, they can get that anywhere. They can get that from the agent from the billboard, and they can get that from the agent who's been licensed for 2 days. What you need to do is attract agents to you, right, in order for them to do business with you. All right, so here's some things I wrote down, and I'm sorry, I planned this all out just this morning because I was so excited to share this because, I mean, I had 2 or 3 agents just reach out in the past few days. So I just kind of wanted to make this list up today. So thanks for bearing with me as I'm reading my notes. But so in your sales role, you need to know your market messaging. Who am I marketing myself to, right? Who do I want to be my clients? Well, again, remembering what Gary Keller said, your family, your friends, and your sphere are your quickest way to a paycheck. I'm not saying cold leads aren't good. We're going to talk about those too. But your quickest way to a paycheck is from people that you know. Okay? So the people that you know, what are their biggest questions? What are their biggest concerns? What are their biggest problems right now in real estate? Well, if they're not a buyer or seller, they don't really have any problems, right? But what questions do they have about real estate? Well, a lot of them love to know about real estate, right? People talk about real estate all the time. They talk about what houses are going for in their neighborhood. They're talking about the real estate industry as a whole nationally. They're seeing things on the news about people paying hundreds of thousands of dollars over list price and offering up college tuition in order to win offers, right? Like, this is what your family and friends are seeing and talking about. So how can you interject yourself into those conversations? So what are their biggest concerns and problems? And here are just some notes I wrote down. They are looking for trust in you. They're looking for confidence in you, right? They're looking for a strong negotiator. If you don't have confidence in yourself, how are you going to negotiate and protect their money or their niece or nephew's money as they go in to buy a house in this market, right? Your market knowledge, right? Also, as a new agent, here's another one. If they know you're a new agent, here's the cool part. Reinforce your partners, your agent partners, and your mentors. I remember vividly as a brand new agent in the business, I would go in with confidence. I would get hired. And any question I didn't know the answer to, I actually brought this up as an objection handler before it became an objection, especially if I knew they knew I was new. That was kind of funny, especially if they knew that I was new. I would say things like, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I know that you know I'm newer in the business. I just wanted to let you know my agent mentor, Sally, she's absolutely amazing. She's been in the business for 18 years, and everything I do, I review with her, or even if I think I know the answer, I always review it with her to see if her expertise can help me up the level of my service with you. Having confidence in not knowing the answers is huge. People aren't buying what you're selling. They're buying your confidence. They're buying your ability to service them. Okay. So knowing the market, you know, for buyers, people that are looking for buyer representation, they're looking for you to help them find off-market listings. They're looking for you to help them find listings that haven't hit the market yet. Sellers are looking for experienced people to put them in multiple offer situations. Now, let's just say you're brand new and you have no experience doing this. Find out from other agents what they're doing and talk about it online. Talk about it in your market messages, right? So again, number 5 is market messaging. We're still on number 5. What is your message to the people you're trying to attract to you, right? Sellers want strategy in this market. They're already winning. They just really want to win even more, right? So what is their strategy as a buyer? How many buyers out there are on 10, 11, 12 offers, right? And aren't winning, right? So what is your strategy with that? Okay. So a lot of us are saying, well, I don't even have a buyer yet. How am I going to have strategy? If you have the strategy in the skill set and you talk about it, you will attract buyers who can then trust you to go do what you need to do for them and service them, right? If you want a list, by the way, of my strategies on how to win multiple offers, just send me a direct message on Facebook or YouTube or however. Find me on Facebook. It's Jackie Bowman. I'm happy to get that to you PDF. I have a whole list of strategies that you can use. One of them being, calling, a lot of people are waiving inspections, but if you don't want to waive your inspections, which I don't advocate for, would be call your inspector. I mean, today is Tuesday. If I'm in a multiple offer that's due tonight at 8, I'm going to call my inspector and see if he can squeeze me in on Thursday. And I can say, hey, by the way, we put a 2-day home inspection period and we're going to release our home inspections by 6 p.m. on Thursday. And we're only going to ask for repairs that are over $3,000. Major repairs, right? Strategy. They don't have to waive their home inspection. They can still participate in an aggressive way. So sharing those types of things with your family, your friends, and your sphere in your market messaging is huge, okay? So if you want a list of those, just message me. I'll send them to you. I'll need your email address, obviously. So anyway, those are just some things that you want to know your market and know your market messaging. Who are you marketing to, and what is my skill set that I'm going to provide to them, okay? Now we're going to talk a little bit about bait, which is houses, like see the inside of this listing. All of that is bait for people you don't know. We're concentrating right now on fueling that list of 100 or 300 that you do know, okay? And the reason we want to do this is really, really important. I'm probably getting ahead of myself. This is actually part of number 9, but I feel like it's also appropriate to say again. So I'm going to say it right now. Yes, doing business with people you know is your number 1. Gary Keller even said it. People that have been in the industry a long time have said it. I get most of my business from repeat and referral business and people that I know out of my sphere. Like I said in the beginning, just because you say you're a realtor doesn't mean you've earned the right to have their business. Just because they know you and love you and you're a realtor doesn't mean they're going to use you. They have to trust you and have the confidence that you are the agent of choice. You are the best agent. You're better than that agent on the billboard for them to choose and refer you. So if you don't have both of those messages in your marketing in number 5, which is your message to market, that is imperative. If you already know them and they already love you, great. But it's that number 2 piece, validating yourself as the best agent of choice for them, for their friends, and for their family. That's what we're talking about, okay? So know your market messaging and really define that, okay? Number 6 is taking massive action every day. Maction, massive action. Taking massive action every single day is huge. If you had that empty storefront and you had to pay rent on that empty store, which by the way, you're paying MLS dues, you're paying board dues, you're paying fees to your brokerage, you're paying for marketing, right? Maybe it's not the right marketing, but you've got costs associated. And by the way, last time I checked, you probably have rent or a mortgage or bills to pay or car payments. And those aren't getting done because you're not selling properties, right? So making sure that every day you take massive action to fill that store with your product, which again, your product is you. So what you need to share with people in your market messaging is you and how you internalize and reteach and reshare what's going on in the market. Okay? So that moves us on to number 6, which is the massive action. So I'm going to give you a ton of information, right, of different things you can do to take action that I know has been proven to work. I've coached agents through this. I've helped them start their business. I've helped agents that have been in a lull, that have been in the business for 10 years, restart their business, right? So these are just proven things that you can do that are low cost, that not only show the people that know you that you're a realtor, because again, that's just boring, but it shows them that you're the best agent of choice. Okay, so there's some of these things you've heard of, but I want you to think, how can I use this marketing as a salesperson, because you are selling yourself? How can I use this piece of marketing in order to show that I'm validated in the market? Okay. So the first thing I just wrote on is massive action 3 to 5 hours a day. So if I am a brand new agent and I'm not at least working 3 to 5 hours a day on these items, then maybe you do need to get a job. Because this is your job, to market yourself and share these things. I used to say back in the day, if I told you that you just had to clock in at 9 a.m. and clock out at 1 and do these 17 things every day, and I'll pay you $80,000 a year as a new agent, would you do them? The answer is always yes. You do them for me because I'm going to pay you $80,000, but you won't do it for yourself so you can make 100 or 150. So let's talk about the action items, getting into massive action. Okay, so I still believe in, and this can be old school and you can judge it and all of those things. I'm just sharing with you what I do and I know it works. And I have newer agents in the business that do the same thing. They've been in the business less than 5 years, making over $300,000 a year. And they do these things. We mail out football schedules, baseball schedules, the magnets that you stick on your fridge, because again, you want people that know you to remember you're a real estate agent. Just because you told them once doesn't mean they care or they remember, okay? So again, this is just something very passive that's going to go on their fridge. But inside that, you can also put a piece that validates you as an agent, okay? And that can look many different ways. If you've sold properties, it works. If you haven't sold properties, you can just do a market update in there. Here's what's going on in the real estate market in Northeast Ohio. Just stick it in there because it validates that to your family and friends that you know what's going on. Don't just send the magnet. Send something that validates you as an agent that's in the know, okay? Second thing is mail them their property CMA, Comparative Market Analysis. If you haven't learned how to do that, take an MLS class on how to do a market analysis. I'll just tell you what I do. I go into the MLS, draw out a little map of their neighborhood, hit a one-line CMA report and print it out. It does not need to be fancy. You do a handwritten note on it. Here's what's going on in your neighborhood the past 12 months. It looks like they're getting 103% of list price. Fold that into an envelope and mail it to each person in your sphere. You could do 10 of those a day. What it does is it shows Aunt Susie that you have knowledge of her home and her neighborhood. Again, you're selling your knowledge. They already love you. You now have to show them that you have the market knowledge and they can trust you to take care of them, their family and friends, okay? So you've got your list of 100, 150. Again, after your first year, you've got to get that up to 300, okay? You're going to friend people on Facebook. Let's talk about social media. So those are the two mailing things that I've done, the snail mail stuff. It works. Friend them on Facebook. So let's talk about social media a little bit. So what I did in the beginning is, well, I wish I did this in the beginning. I did it after I had about 2,100 friends. Is I went in, you probably have many, many friends within the real estate industry and many, many friends that are not in the real estate industry. In which, by the way, now that you're a real estate agent, write this down. Your Facebook is no longer yours for your private little clique of friends. It is your way to grow your list to 300. You need at least 500, 1,000 friends to get traction if you're going to do any type of messaging on social media, which, by the way, that's where everybody's at. So get over yourself, say goodbye to your private Facebook page that only has 180 people that are your family and friends, and you need to open that up to everyone that you know and everyone they know, and just post things that are appropriate or only post them to certain groups. And that's what we're going to talk about right now. So when I got started, I had about 2,100 friends when I did this. And what I did was I separated my friends. I have people that are in the real estate industry, home inspectors, lenders, title company, agents, anybody that's related in the real estate industry. And I've created a Facebook list for them, not a group, a list. If you need to figure it out, YouTube it. You can YouTube it. Facebook lists or friends lists, people that are in the real estate industry, people that are not in the real estate industry. The reason I did this was for my own mindset, okay? I did this because when I do my market updates, or when I did my market updates 7 years ago, I did not want other agents judging me. I was a newer agent, or, back in the day or whatever, but maybe you're a newer agent and you're nervous about doing a market update because you don't want other agents to see it because you're afraid of them judging you. Well, get rid of that objection of why you're not doing it. Create these lists, and then when you record your Facebook Live, you can share it with everyone except people in the real estate industry. People in the real estate industry don't need to watch your market update. And then it's only going to the 680 people that are not in the industry. It's brilliant. And when you share to specific lists, Facebook understands that you're being more intentional with that message. And I truly believe it gets more views than if you just posted it public with the globe. If you need to realize or learn how to do that, just go to YouTube, search out Facebook friends lists and posting to different lists. Do not use the word group. It'll get you all confused, okay? So separate your friends. I want to introduce you to a little concept that I learned from one of my coaches, Hank Avink. And what he says on social media is to do 50 likes a day. 50 likes a day on your Facebook. Go find people, go like their posts. Do 20 comments a day. Hey, it looks like you had a great time at the picnic. Feed the algorithm for the people that are in your sphere that you want to bring closer to attracting them to you. Do 5 direct messages a day and either send one handwritten note or have one powerful conversation a day. 50, 20, 5, 1. And that's from Hank Avink. If you want to look that up, it's called the 6 C's, and he talks about that. But it's a great social media strategy, right? I'm going to take this whole list, and I'm just for sake of sticking with the same numbers, I have 680 people who are not in the real estate industry. And what I'm going to do is go through those 680 people and make sure that I'm liking all of their posts, commenting on their posts, 20 a day. So 50 likes, 20 comments, 5 direct messages where you could just take that comment like, hey, it looks like you had a great time at the picnic. Hope your family's doing well. You could take that into a direct message. we're thinking of having a family picnic. What park were you at? Where did you go? What did you guys eat? Right? Like, you can start a private conversation. And notice I'm not conversing about real estate and saying, hey, I'm an agent. I just wanted to let you know. Maybe someday, if you have time and you think maybe you might need an agent, you can call me. Like, that's not what we're doing here. We're building relationships and making deposits, and you're present in the lives of other people. So that when you do put your messaging out about the real estate market, they already know you, you're already present, they already love you, and you're going to validate yourself in the market in a different way. So this is just that relationship building piece, okay? So let's move into the other side of that. Now you're doing your 50-20, your 5, your 1, you're building those relationships with all the people that are not in the industry, which, by the way, friend all the people in the industry too. You're going to learn from them. You're going to want to converse with them, right? If you're in a model where agent attraction is important and you can make passive income from that, you're going to want to be in relationship with them. But you don't need to post all of your posts to everyone, right? So just realize that you can include and exclude certain lists. So after you're building those relationships, because again, you're making deposits, right? If you're going to ask someone to refer you or ask somebody for business, you've got to have enough deposits in that account for you to ask them for those favors, right? So building those relationships online. The second part of that is then going online and providing information that validates you as an agent, right? Providing information like market updates. You could find articles on realtor.com. I would, or you could find articles in, USA Today, or wherever you're finding something of interest that people are talking about, that people want answers on. And instead of just sharing the article, hey everyone, I saw this article about multiple offers. I actually have 18 different strategies that I'm ready to use with buyers that are looking to win in multiple offers. Thought this article was interesting. You're sharing an article, right? It could be about real estate in Northeast Ohio, right? Or whatever area you're in. Share an article about that and put, this is crazy. And one of my colleagues yesterday had a home listed at 140 in Cuyahoga Falls and had 15 offers, right? Sold first day, sold for 30 over list, right? Bring in real situations. You can even say, we had a listing, as in my brokerage had a listing. And this is how it performed in this neighborhood, obviously with permission from the listing agent. That's another part down below, is about surrounding yourself with a tribe of people who want to share and help you succeed. So we're going to talk about that. We're still obviously on number 6. Number 6 is huge. I'm giving you a lot of ideas here. You could also do, so we talked about market net updates online, Instagram stories, Facebook stories, live video. You want to do personal things too. People want to have a personal relationship with you and get to know you and know your dog and know your kids and know your spouse. And they want to love you and be the validated agent of choice, being the best choice in real estate. Those are the messages that we're looking for here. So doing those Instagram stories of your eating ice cream, great. And things about just showed this listing, right? Those are all part of your stories. You've got to feed those algorithms and get in front of people. People are on social media all day long. You could do a monthly newsletter. I personally dabbled in and out of that at times. Handwritten notes, obviously people love those. Send out cards. There's other services that do that as well, but basically sending personalized greeting cards is huge. Pop buys are just like little gifts, right? That have your business card on them. 4th of July, putting flags out, all sorts of ideas. If you need any type of marketing ideas, you can find them all on Etsy. You can find them on Pinterest. I mean, there's just a ton of ideas for pop buys. But again, even if you find news on real estate, maybe ask your mentor or ask a colleague, like, what do you think about this article? I want to post it, but I just wondered, as a real estate agent, what's your take on it? Because you've been an agent in the business for 10 years and you sell a lot of homes. What do you think about this? If you don't have your own thoughts about it because of lack of experience, just ask other people, right? But really getting that validation. In the beginning, you're going to need to look outside your sphere as well. So doing a for sale by owner campaign, how could you not only talk to for sale by owners, but attract them to you and attract them to your skill set and attract them to that you're the best agent of choice. Not that they're dumb for trying to sell on their own, and that you know, the average agent gets you 18% more when you list for sale by, you know, if you list with us instead of doing for sale by owner. Like, you've got all those facts that everybody else is using. What can you use to differentiate yourself and tell a real story about what you would do if you were representing them as a seller, right? Maybe your campaign isn't a canned campaign that you get from your brokerage. It's something that you put your heart into, and it's in alignment with who you are and your messaging, and then you're a little more passionate about how you deliver that. Maybe you conversate with for sale by owners via text, right? So, and last but not least, if you're at eXp Realty, you've got KV Core, right? You can do lead generation on KV Core. You can create squeeze pages for sellers, squeeze pages for buyers. You're going to post all that on social media. You're going to get leads right into your inbox, okay? So those are a list of all of the massive action things that you could do every day, right? You should be working on that stuff 3 hours a day. If you've got a storefront that's empty and you're selling yourself, what are you doing to gain confidence from your people that you can service them? Just because they know you doesn't mean they're going to use you. Okay. So that is number 6. I don't have a number 7. I did this morning. Okay. So I guess number 7 would be just believing in yourself, period. Believing in yourself and believing that you're the best agent for them through affirmations. So we'll just make number 7 affirmations. I truly believe that when you're being fake, the whole fake it till you make it thing. I mean, I said that for years, just fake it till you make it. But my internal mindset was different. I didn't fake it in the way of like, I thought I knew everything and I thought I knew how to sell real estate. What I did was I came in with confidence, knowing that I was the best agent of choice for that for sale by owner or that family member or that friend. Even though they would have been my first transaction, I knew I was the best agent of choice, right? So how can you internally believe that? Well, the first way you can do that is by taking action on everything we talked about in number 6. If you're doing those things every day, I promise you, the belief in yourself is going to go through the roof, right? If you've ever had the conversation about scarcity mindset and abundant mindset, a lot of agents, when they're not having success and they're feeling like they're failing, it's because they're not taking the actions necessary to get what they need. So let me phrase this another way. So if I'm an agent that is newer in the business and I wake up every day and I'm just thinking the business is going to come to me because I'm raising my flag saying, hey, I'm a realtor, and things are not happening, I'm just frustrated, right? I'm in lack. I'm feeling like a failure. But if I'm actually doing all of these actions every day and I'm working 3 hours a day, connecting with people, expanding my database, separating my Facebook list, liking other posts, and doing all of these things to validate myself as the agent of choice, validate that I have the skill set, validate that I have the confidence, I have the strategies to help people. When you do that every day, you're going to have that belief in yourself and have unwavering faith that it will come. It takes time, but it will come. Whereas if you're not doing those things, that's where you get into the scarcity. I've got people that are working really, really, really hard that just have unwavering faith. They're not in scarcity because they know it's going to happen because they're doing the actions that it takes, right? So believing in yourself. It's not what you say, it's what you show them. You know, it's funny because I imagine, you know, some agents out there, they are with their family and friends and somebody talks about real estate and they're immediately like, well, you know, I'm new in the business and I just want you to know I just started a few months ago and, you know, things are going okay. And that is not confidence. That is not confidence. Like the minute you have an opportunity with someone, you go in with confidence and swagger of you, hey, yes, this is what's going on in the market. It's crazy. We had 14 listings last week. We're down to 9 in this community. It's crazy. And these 9, they're going in multiple offers, 10 or 12 offers each time. We've got a lot of buyer strategies we're using, but there's still buyers that are out there struggling because they're not cash. You're starting a conversation about validating the market when someone asks you about real estate. You don't start off with the crutch of, hey, I'm new, I'm having fun. Like, think about your responses with people. So that goes back to, again, number 7, believe in yourself that you're the best choice and exude that confidence. Number 8 is be you. So if you look behind me, oh, over here, I'm opposite. Be you. Okay, so take action is obviously number 5, but be you is this number 8. Just because now you're a real estate agent does not mean you have to lose who you are. You are becoming a real estate agent, and being a real estate agent is part of who you are. Yes, absolutely. The other thing is, you know what? You're going to have this self-talk of getting live on video, doing a Facebook Live about the market, and you're going to think, people are thinking, oh my gosh, who does Jackie Bowman think she is that she's validated enough to get on video and talk about the market? Who does this person think they are? Who, you know, and you're going to have all of this self-talk. I don't like the way I look. I don't like my voice. I'm new. I don't really know what I'm talking about. All of these things are going to happen. But here's the thing. All of those people that you think are judging you are not your people. Those are not the people that are going to pay your bills. Those are not the people that are going to be using you as a real estate agent. So don't worry about it and do it anyway. We all have those thoughts. I want you to write this down. Everyone feels the same way about how they look and sound on video. We don't like it. But the successful ones do it anyway. And the people that are out there judging any of my videos, they're not paying my bills. They're not buying my second home. They're not creating my income. They don't have to watch my videos, right? You need to adopt that mindset. Get on video and show people who you are and be yourself. It doesn't have to be scripted. Obviously, I needed to write down my ideas, but it doesn't have to be scripted. You can hear that I've messed up sentences, used improper English. It's okay. I'm helping agents. I'm servicing agents and what they need. And you're my market, right? I want to help you succeed in real estate. So I'm giving you these ideas and giving you these tips. So be yourself to build your audience, right? There's a lot of agents who are not my people. And then there's a lot of agents that connect with me and they're like, Jackie, once I started coaching with you, it changed my life. Just watching that one video where you said, give yourself permission to be yourself, changed my life. I let my guard down. And then once I let my true self come out, I attracted my people to me. Because guess what? Everybody lives in a home. Everybody has people that buy and sell real estate. So you don't need to just be vanilla ice cream. You can be with chocolate and nuts and sprinkles and whatever, right? You can be yourself online, okay? So again, number 8 is be you. Number 9 is don't wait. Don't wait until you have all the information. Okay, now this, for you people that understand the DISC profile or people that are very analytical, sometimes you overanalyze everything. So the quick CMA of the neighborhood, it doesn't have to be perfect, right? I heard in a book this morning, General Powell said that you don't want to take action if you have less than 40% of the information, but you also don't want to wait until you have all the information. As long as you have 70% of the information, you need to take action. As long as that little snapshot of the neighborhood looks right, print it out and send it. Get it going. Because if you don't, you're going to lose opportunities. The longer you wait to validate yourself, the longer you wait to take action on things, you're going to miss opportunities. So again, if you know less than 40% and you're faking it and you're just making, decisions, that's kind of careless, right? Lean on a colleague, lean on someone to get the information so you have enough information to make sure you're doing the right thing. But as long as you have at least 70%, go for it and grow and take those risks. So again, number 9, I would just say don't wait. If you have between 40 and 70% of the correct information, go do it. Do it. Whatever it is, go do it. Number 10, I just got from a book this morning that I'm reading. It's Sean Rawls, which Sean Rawls was a leader when I was at Keller Williams. He's amazing. And it's called F It Less. So I just have to give him credit. But what he said in there was that when you become a real estate agent, there's a brochure. It says, I'm a real estate agent. And right in that brochure, it says, you will be screwed, right? I thought this was so funny. So I put this as number 10. You will be screwed in real estate, which means that at some point, a family member, a friend, a neighbor who you thought loved and trusted you will list with someone else. And guess what? That's a bad day in real estate. There are surgeons that have bad days when patients die. There are teachers that have bad days when that one child that they really, really care for got in trouble again, right? And they had to send them to the principal's office. Every profession has a bad day. You are going to have bad days in real estate. You're going to get screwed over by a colleague that promised you a certain commission and you didn't get it. And they screwed you over. There are going to be clients that get screwed over by unethical agents in the industry. That is a bad day in real estate, right? And just realizing that it's right there in the brochure. It's not in the fine print. And because of the mindset of owning your own business, being an entrepreneur, and all of those things that we talked about, that's why 12% last. Like, this is a huge deal, right? To where it's not in the fine print. It's right out there. You need to know these things. So in my heart, I just wanted to say that, I guess I have 11 because see, now I just misnumbered the notes. I have another one. 11 is build your tribe around you for real support, especially when you have those bad days in real estate, especially when we make mistakes in real estate, right? You need to surround yourself with agents that are newer, like yourself, that are giving 110% every day. You also need to surround yourself with colleagues, mentors, coaches that have a vested interest in your success, right? Yes, you've got top agents in your office maybe, or agents that you know that are like, oh, I'll help you anytime you need it. But they're out there listing and selling and listing and selling, and you don't want to bother them, right? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about agents who are holding each other accountable, mentors and coaches that have a vested interest in you succeeding. That is where it's at. So, and definitely eliminating hanging out with pigeons. What I mean by that is if you want to fly with the eagles, if you want to fly with the 12% after your first 2 years, but after that, you want to be in the top 5% in the industry, you need to fly with eagles. Look at who you're surrounding yourself with. Look at your tribe. No negativity, no victimhood, and partner with people and become part of a tribe of people that are vested in your best interest, people that have a direct effect on your success. So anyway, I do have a 12% coaching group that's called Be the 12%. We have it as part of our group here at eXp Realty. But so if you're interested in any of that, private message me. That's great. But I wanted to show you some resources that I've used, that I've given as gifts to new agents. I do have some of these books that I'm willing to give away as gifts as well. And so let me show you these books real quick. I've got some for you, but these are the resources that I would say that all new agents need to get. The first one is this book right here. My good friend Amy Brohammer, she wrote this book called The Playbook for Success, The Fundamentals to Succeed in Real Estate and Life. And it's a very quick read. It's an awesome, awesome book. And it really talks about, you know, your game plan. What's the worst thing that could happen, right? And it's very easy read. Stay in your lane. Who's your avatar client? It's an amazing, amazing book for new real estate agents. So I've got some signed copies. I would love to give some of those away. If you haven't received one of these from me and you would like one, please message me, let me know. And then the other books are The One Thing by Gary Keller. Love that book. If you need a book about focus, once you figure out what your activities are, and which, by the way, you don't have to do all of those activities, just do a few of them really well, right? If you want to explore what it could look like for you, every single person grows their business differently. If you took the top 10 agents in every single real estate office, I don't care where you're at, and you asked all 10 of them how they grew their business, all of them would say something different, okay? So take all of those ideas in, right? And formulate your own plan and work on that plan every single day. So The One Thing by Gary Keller is to help you with focus. The Miracle Mentality by Tom Story. This one is really good for mindset. If you don't believe that you are the agent of choice because you're new, you don't have any experience, you need to first of all surround yourself with people that can support you alongside you so that when you do go into that listing and you do represent that seller, you feel that you're the best agent of choice because you're partnered, okay? But this book is the best. See You at the Top with Zig Ziglar. See You at the Top. It's always crowded at the bottom, but there's not very many people at the top of the ladder. And if you want to be on top, it's all about your mindset and your confidence. So See You at the Top with Zig Ziglar is a huge, huge book. If you want to be competitive with yourself and you want to win at this real estate game, I'm telling you, this is a good mindset book. It's called Relentless by Tim Grover. Tim Grover, yeah. It's Relentless. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing book. So if you haven't read it and you really want to have a fierce conversation with yourself on how to win, he was Michael Jordan's coach, the guy that played basketball. So he is pretty amazing. And then last but not least, it kind of goes with Be You, and it's The Power of Why. We all didn't graduate high school and say our passion and our dream is to help buyers and sellers. It just feeds my soul and fills me up, right? No, you are in the real estate business to earn income, to fund your why, and to fund your dreams. And yes, there's a reason and passion in helping people in the real estate industry. Absolutely. I love helping buyers and sellers. What I love even more is helping agents like you succeed in real estate. Like, that feeds my soul. I could do it for free all day long. However, I've made it my career, right? So just realizing that The Power of Why by Simon Sinek is huge. You have to be in that passion zone, have your why big enough, have your confidence in yourself, taking action, being yourself. And again, it's just going to circle back to those two messages. Who knows you and who loves you, and who trusts you because you've validated that you are the agent of choice in real estate. So those are my secrets for today. I think that as you go through those 10 things or 11 things, if you check those boxes and you work on those and you get a plan, as you're watering your seeds, you're now going to be rooted in soil. You're not going to be in sand anymore. It's going to be soil, and you're going to start to grow, and you're going to start getting some leads, and people are going to refer you. But it all really comes down to the mindset and how you feel about yourself, right? Your circumstances, you're a new agent. Your thought about that is what's going to hold you up. Because the way you think leads to the way you feel. And when you feel like you're too new and you don't have confidence, it goes right into that action. So again, circumstance controls your thought, right? It's that thought piece that controls our feelings. If we feel not confident, if we feel that we're not the agent of choice, that causes us to not take action, and then that causes our results. So Harv T. Eker, it's PTFAR, or circumstance. Circumstance, thoughts, feelings, actions, results. It's a circle. Look it up. PTFAR or CTFAR, right? You can look those up. It's just a circle. Your circumstance is your new, right? Your thoughts about that is exactly what is holding you up from success. I guarantee it. It's your thoughts, because your thoughts and that mindset shift in the beginning, you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, and you are the best agent of choice. Those things, it's not going to be handed to you. You have to go find the inventory in you and sell you. Sell your skill set. Provide that to the public in your sphere so that people are attracted to you, right? Because if you believe that in your thoughts and you feel like you're the best agent of choice, it's going to be easier for you to take all of those actions. It's going to be easier for you to do the handwritten notes, easy for you to do the CMAs, easier for you to do the online market updates, right? And those actions are going to get you results, okay? So thanks everybody for joining me today. I almost hit an hour. That is really long for me, really long. So if you enjoyed today, please give me a thumbs up on my video on YouTube. Make some comments in Facebook. Share this out with other agents. Nothing to sell here. I do coach top agents across the country. I don't do a whole lot of coaching with new agents. If I do, it's going to be in a class setting. But I just wanted to share that today because I do mentor a lot of new agents as they partner with us in our company. And I just wanted to give you a taste of some of that. And obviously I want to send this video to them because they're frustrated right now. And I really want to help you get the correct mindset and get what you need to get the business, because your vibe attracts people to you. And so working on those mindset things, taking those actions, all of that is so, so important. So thanks everybody for joining me today. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Give it a thumbs up. And if you need anything, you can direct message me on Facebook or through YouTube. Thanks everyone.